Hello everyone, it's Raza Von Werder, aka Kelly Everts, talking about my life story biography of my personal private life, which very few people know, just individuals who are friends with me know about it. People who know me know about my exploits and my accomplishments, preaching in front of the White House, the progenitor, female bodybuilding, the stripper for God, the exponent of female supremacy, female domination, and matriarchy, the number one female working for matriarchy, women taking over the world for many years. I just going to read you a list of things I thought of in the last 2 days that I want to make episodes on. You might get a chuckle out of some of them, especially the first one. 1. They torture my teddy bear. 2. Our Lady of Fatima begins, and it's in relation to my catechism and my dad. How I got to preach in front of the White House started from the roots of my childhood, when I was taught the message of Our Lady of Fatima. And eventually I preached the Lady of Fatima as an adult in 1978 in front of the White House, which ended the Cold War, by the way. She did it. I didn't do it, but I was her messenger. 3. Cultural activities of our community, including a play my mother produced and we all were in. 4. Marius Bernatas, how this man became the next boyfriend, husband of my mother, and how my father enabled it. 5. Our holidays, festive and joyful. I want to get into that. Number 6. The things my brother did to dirty pictures in magazines. We burned holes through the genital organs of the models, the beautiful models in men's magazines, because we thought it was a sin, or I guess we did. 7. I love catechism and the nuns. I want to talk about that. 8. When my dad did not take me to live with him at the age of 10, when I pleaded with him, I just thought of this in the last couple of days. Was it because God knew he would be tempted to sexually molest me, and God did not want me to be sexually molested, because my uncle was going to molest me, but God stopped it? And 9, when I did move in with Dad when I was 16, it was totally different than I wanted it to be, totally different than when I was a child, when I was with him, totally different than what I needed and expected. It was totally different. 10, how God consoled me and healed me from all the tortures they were putting me through at home with my mom. And at night I would float in colorful light, in the light of God. I would leave my body and my physical confines, and I would be taken to heaven, floating in a light. 11, how Dad sets me up to spy on my mom, to somehow block her having sex with her new boyfriend, husband. That set me up for more hatred, and he should have known that, and he should have not asked me to do that, but he did it, and I obeyed him. 12, Marius, the new husband, goes crazy. 13, Dad sues Marius. Instead of taking me to live with him, which I begged him to, just to show that he was concerned with what was going on, but he wasn't concerned enough to save me. But he sued, he took Marius Bernatas, the new husband, to court for alienation of affection. 14, you must believe in God's will above all things, including disappointment, adversities, and sickness and suffering before death, and throughout life cleanses the soul. The soul sometimes just has to be cleansed. Okay? You're gonna be cleansed either here or in eternity. Like St. Francis of Assisi said, God, burn me here, not in eternity. And I said the same thing. Lord, promise me that I will not die without paying for my sins. And that was in 1978, January. And Jesus answered me. He says, I promise you that you will die in my arms. 15 is a good one, funny one. Mom cons her sister, my aunt, into paying my brother's hospital bill, which was $16,000. And this is in the early, like 1960 or so. So 1960, consider inflation, and my aunt paid it. I don't know if my mother ever paid her back. Probably not, knowing my mother. She never paid anybody back for anything. When my brother was in the hospital, my mom, there was a line of us, and how my mom introduced everyone to the doctor, the presiding doctor, except me. I just stood there like she acted like I wasn't there. 17 is not, I broke down sobbing and crying at this, but it's no deodorant for RASA. You'll have to wait until I tell you that one to give you a hint of what happened. 18, nature of the demons they were giving me then and now, the demons my mother left behind. 19, I promised to pay for my mother's sins to prevent her from going to hell. How I pay, this is going to be interesting. Her deathbed repentance. This is what God revealed to me. 20, Mom visits the school to see my brother's teachers when he's in the 8th grade. He's going to graduate. And they lie. She, and the other members say that the teacher said how wonderful my brother was, and that they said I was, or she said I was weird. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a label that they put on me. 21, demoralization, internalization, to destroy a person from within. How they destroy you through abuse. They want you to internalize what they put on you, and they want you to hate yourself, and self-hate destroys oneself. Do you understand me? Self-hate destroys oneself. To be continued.